int input, enter a 4-digit number, right? So once we got this 4-digit number, next we are going to set some variables. So here multiplier we will take, multiplier. So multiplier we are going to take, as it is 4-digit number, we will take multiplier as 1000, right? Next we are going to take final output, our final number, or we will take reverse number is equal to 0, right? So we are going to use this multiplier inside the loop and this reverse number. So this is, it will contain our final number. So that we are going to use inside loop, and we are going to update these values inside the loop. So now here first we will take while. So I will explain this what I have done here. Number is greater than 0, then go inside the loop. So if this number is greater than 0, then go inside the loop. Next we want to take remainder of this division. So what I want to do, I want to extract each digit from from right to left, right? So how to extract? So if I use here modulus, so it will give me the digit which is at the right side. So for example, now here number I am getting here, so number mod 10, so it will extract the first digit, rightmost digit from this number. So I got this number now. So next what I need to do here, whatever this, so I am creating here temporary number. So what is this temporary number? So now remainder I got. So remainder means your rightmost digit. So I need to multiply that with multiplier, multiplier, right? So if I multiply with this multiplier, means I got here, for example, I have entered here 1804 I have entered. So I want to reverse this number. So what will be the output here? 4081. So this is my final output. So what I want to do, so whatever this number I have got here, so if I multiply with this multiply, then so what number I will get? I will get 4000, right? So now 4000 I am getting, right? So next, once I got this 4000, next our reverse number is reverse number. So reverse number is containing 0. So we are using, so reverse number plus temporary number. So this 4000 will get added with this reverse number, right? So with this now it is containing 4000. Next what I want to do, now this multiplier I want to reduce, because so when I want this multiplier, so when I want to multiply rightmost digit, at that time I want 1000 as a multiplier. But for next digit I don't want, so for 0 I don't want 1000, I want 100 only. So I will reduce this multiplier. So I will use here multiplier divide. So we are using shorthand notation. So it is same as multiplier divided by 10. So now I will get here this multiplier as 100 now, right? So next what we are doing, so now I have extracted this 4, now I want to extract this 0 also. So how I will do that? So now here 4 I have extracted, this roll is over, 4 roll is over, then I want next, so I want 180. So how I can convert this number, so whole number into 180. So if I divide this by 10, this number divide by 10, number is equal to, and I will convert that into integer. Here number divide by 10. So in this way you are getting the final number, right? So here number is getting reduced. Now it has become 180. So 180 will go here. So it is checking that is it greater than 0. Yes, it is greater than 0. Then again loop will go. So step by step you have to think about this loop, right? So now next, so now what is our final output? Final output is containing in the reverse number. So print, I will do print reversed number. Reverse number is, so which is containing my reverse number? It is containing reverse number. So as we are adding it with float number, so that's why we are getting here reverse number as float, but I want integer, so I have converted that float into integer, right? So in this way we will get our final output. So if I run this, right? So 4081. In this way your number is getting reversed. So it is 3221. So if I run it again, 135, right? So 5431, right? So in this way you can reverse the number. Question to solve is use a loop to display elements from a given list present at odd index positions. So we know that in list indexing is possible, and what is our condition? We want to find elements those are present at odd index only, odd index positions. For example, I am taking here one number list. Num list is equal to, so otherwise using range we will create list. So I will use here list function, and to this list function I will pass range, and I will give here range from 1 to 50 we will take, right? So 1 to 50. So these are my list elements. So 1 to 50, 49. So I want up to 50. So I will take 51. So we will print this our list on the console. Number list. So this is num list, right? So now this much we will run. So now this is our list. So this is very big list. It is containing 1 to 50 numbers. So what we want numbers from odd index only. Odd index means 0. So we know that indexing starts in Python from 0. So it is 0 position, then 1 position, 2 position. Means the number which is completely divisible by 2. So that is even number. So that is even index numbers are there. Right? But what I want odd numbers, means those numbers present at odd index, means those indexes are completely not divisible by 2. So those are the odd index. So now we will see how to solve this. So we will take here for loop for I in range. So we will take a range 1 to 51. So range, so indexes, so what is our list length? That is 50, right? So now we should take range as len of num list. So that is 50, right? Means our indexes will be from 0, 1, 2 up to 50, right? No, it is 49, because length of list is 50. So index will go from 0 to 49, right? So now what I want numbers those are at odd index position, means 1, 3, right? So now here condition I will take, if I I mod 2 so not equal to 0. I mod 2. So what I is containing? I is containing indexes of this list, right? So now here I mod 2 not equal to 0 means here only odd index positions I am getting, and if it is odd, so if I mod 2 is not equal to 0 means this I is odd number, means odd index I am getting, and I will print that on the console. Print num list I. So with this index I will get the numbers which are at odd position. So I will run this program now. So I got here 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So index of 1 is 0. So it will be excluded because it is even. So 1, 4. So 1 is there. So 0, 1. 1 is there. So 1 is printed here. So 1 at first index. So what is the number? 2. So 2 is printed here. Then 0, 1, 2. So 2 is even. So at that index 3 is there. So 3 is not printed. So 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 is odd. That's why 4 is there. Then 3, 4, 5. 5 is odd. That's why 6 is written. In this way, you can find numbers in the list. Those are at odd index position. So if you want to find even, so you have to just change the condition. Right? So in this way, you can solve this problem. Is calculate the cube of all numbers from 1 to a given number. So here we are going to use concept of for loop, and we will take one number from user. So that will be from 1 to that number. We will find numbers cube of all the numbers in between 1 to that number. So now for that I am taking here number is equal to int input enter a number. Now we will use for loop for I in range 1 to number plus 1. So we want cubes from 1 to that number. So for example, user has entered 20, right? 20. So if I don't take here 20 plus 1, that is 21. So I will get from 1 to 19, but I want from 1 to 20. So that's why I should take here number plus 1, that is 21. So the loop will go from 1, 1, 2, 3, so on up to number. Right? So now here what we want to calculate? We want to calculate cube. So I power 3, that will be the cube of number. So if I run this, so I will enter here 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is calculating cube of 1. This is cube of 2. This is cube of 3. This is cube of 4. This is cube of 5. Right? So in this way you can enter a range. So I will enter here 10. So it is giving me cube of all these numbers. Right? So in this way you can solve this problem. So next problem is print the following pattern using for loop. So to solve this, we have to use two nested loops. So first loop will print this much pattern, and second loop will print this much pattern. So for that, you have to use two loops. So for that, first we will take value of n from user, int input enter a number, or you can take enter number of lines. We can take like that also. Right. So once user has entered n, so then we are going to use first for loop, so that will print this much pattern. So what is this pattern? So we will iterate over the range of this n, and as line number is increasing, the number of stars are also increasing. So for this we will range from I in range 1 to n plus 1, right? So now here n plus 1 means, for example, user has entered 5, so it will go up to n to 1 to 5, right? So that's why I have taken n plus 1. Then next, so with this for loops, outer for loop, we are going to change line, right? But what I want to do with this line number, I want to print star. So for that I need to take another for loop for j in range I. J in range I means as the number of line is increasing, so number of stars are also increasing. That's why I have taken here j in range I, means as the line number is 1, so here range in 1 it will come. So 1 means it will print only 1 star. So next I will print here star and 1 space I will add, and I want all these stars on one line. So for that I will take here end is equal to 1 space, and so these stars are printed on each line, right? So with after this star printing, so there is one new line is added, right? So that new line I will add here after the inner for loop, right? So here in this way inner for loop will get completely executed, then this new line will get added. So we will run this much program now. So for example, I am entering 5. So this is half pattern, it is printing, but we want this half pattern also, right? So now for this we will take another loop. So what this loop will do, for k in range n minus 1. N minus 1, why? Because here for example 5 has entered, so here 4 stars are there, so I need here 4, right? And up to what it will go, it will 4 3 2 1, so it should go from n minus 1 to 0, and so what is the end value is there, so that is excluded, so that's why it will go from n minus 1 to 1, right? Then we will give here step as minus 1. Then we will take inner loop. So for m in range k, so it will be the same like earlier loop, print star space, and I am taking, then print. So now I am entering here 5, so it is giving me this pattern whatever we are expecting. So now we will run it again, and I will enter here 10, so it is giving me this pattern, right? So in this way you can solve this problem of this pattern. Next question is, write a Python program that prints all the numbers from 0 to 6 except 3 and 6. So here we are going to use concept of loop and conditions. Control statements we are going to use. So now here 0 to 6 we want to print. So here we need to take for loop for I in range. So we want to print from 0 to 6, so that we need to take range from, so range we will take 7. So by default it will start from 0 and it will end at 6. So what is our condition? So we want to print all numbers from 0 to 6 except 3 and 6. So what we will do here, we will take if condition. If I equal to 0 or I equal to 6. If it is so, then don't print anything, just continue, right? So that's what we are doing. Otherwise, what we need to do, we want to print the number, that is I. So now we will run this. So here our loop is going from 0 to 6. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0 we are not printing, and 6 also we are not printing. Why? Because we have taken here condition. If number is, so what is this, I is there, so I is 0 or I is 6, then continue to the next iteration, means don't print, continue means skip this iteration and go to the next iteration, right? So in this way you can solve this problem. For multiples of 3, print fees instead of number, and for multiples of 5, print buzz, and for numbers that are multiples of 3 and 5, print fees buzz, right? That is our condition. So here we are going to concept of for loop, then if else condition, right? So now here we have to take one for loop. For I in range 1 to 51. So we want from 1 to 50, that's why we have taken 1 to 51. Then what is our condition? If, or we will take here number instead of I, take here num mod 3. So see, that number is multiple of 3 or multiple of 5. So when it is multiple of 3 or 5, when that number is completely divisible by that number, so then it is multiple of that number. So here we are checking whatever number we are getting, is it completely divisible by 3, means we are getting modulus remainder as 0, right? So this is one condition, and another condition is that if number is multiple of 3 and 5. So this first condition we are checking, num mod 5. If this is also true, then print fizzbuzz, right? So now we have printed this. Next what we need to do, so we are done with this. Now we will continue to the next iteration. We don't want to exit the loop, we don't want to break the loop, we need to go to next iteration. So otherwise, if both these conditions are failed, then it will come to next condition check, num mod 3 is 0, then print, if it is multiple of 3, then print fizz we have to print, right? So then next is if num is multiple of 5, then print buzz, right? So in this way we have implemented this. Now here after printing fizz, here also we need to continue, here also we need to continue, means it will go to the next iteration, continue. So now we will run this now program. So fizz buzz fizz right here. So first number what we are getting, so first number So we will print number also here, so that we will get to know. Print num. So we can verify that whatever our logic we have implemented, is it right or not. So here first is 3, so it is fizz, it is printing. So then 5, it is buzz. Then 6, it is divisible by 3, so that's why we are getting fizz. So then it is fizz, it is divisible by 3. So then 10, it is divisible by 5, that's why because we are getting buzz. Then 15, yes, 15 is divisible by both 3 and 5, that's why we are getting fizz buzz, right? Means our logic is right. Right? So in this way you can solve this problem. Next problem is write a Python program to check whether an alphabet is vowel or consonant. So here we know that vowels are A, E, I, O, U. So these are the vowels. So for that first we will create one list for vowel list. Right? So that list we are creating. So it is A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U. So these are your vowels. A, E, I, O, U. So these are the vowels. Now, so next we are taking one string from user. String is equal to. So we are taking input, giving prompt message to user, enter a string. So then we are using for loop. So for one character in string. So we are iterating over this string. So then we are checking if C is equal to space. So if it is space, then continue. Don't do anything, just continue. We are taking elif. Elif C dot lower in vowel list. So then print. We will use here f string. If f string here is vowel, right? Else if it is, so space is there, so if it is space then we are going to continue. If c dot lower is is part of this list, so then it is vowel, otherwise it is a consonant. Print c is consonant. So I am taking here I am a girl. So I is vowel, A is vowel, M is consonant, A is vowel, G is consonant, I is vowel, R and L are consonant, right? So in this way, you can solve this problem. So you can modify this problem for special characters also, if it is containing special characters. So if string is containing special characters, what should be the execution and what should be modification in the logic, so that you have to consider. Next problem we are going to solve. Write a Python program to sum two integers. However, if sum is in between 15 and 20, it will return 20. So that means if sum is between 15 and 20, it will return 20 instead of actual sum. So that we are going to implement now. Here we will take num1 from user int. We have to take input function, enter first number. Then num2 I am taking, enter second number. Right. So then now we will take addition of these two. So we will take here a is equal to num1 plus num2. So here we will take sum function instead of sum. Instead of a we will take sum. So here we will take if sum is greater than or equal to 15 and sum is less than or equal to 20, then it will return, or we will take here print instead of return. So we haven't implemented function. You can implement function also. We will print here sum. No, we will print here 20. So that is our requirement. Else it will print actual sum. So we will run this now. So I will give here 18 4, that is 22. It is printing. Then we will run it again. We will give here 10 and 8. So it is 20. So this is our condition is getting true here. 10 plus 8 is 18. So the sum is between this range. So that's why it is printing 20 instead of actual sum. Right? In this way you can solve this problem. So next problem is write a Python program to construct the following pattern using nested loop numbers. Right? So here what we are printing number, and as per the number of lines, so the number is printed. And so if it is first line, it is 1 is printing. So if it is second line, 2 is printing, and count of numbers also 2. So here third number line, so 3 is printed 3 times. So in this way number is also increasing and line is also increasing, and those many numbers are printed on the console. So for this we will take here n from user int input, enter number of lines. Next we are going to use for loop for L in range. So we will range from 1 to n plus 1. Right? Then next, so this outer for loop is for changing line. Right? So now here for example 6 lines we want to print. So first line, second line, 6 line. So for that we are taking, so user is entering 6. So we are iterating over 1 to 7. It means it will give 1 to 6. Right? So now for next is for j in L. So whatever the line number is there, so with on that line number also we are iterating. Right? So L. And what we are doing? We are printing L. So we are printing L. So whatever the number is there. So number of line is 1. So How many 1 are printed? Only 1. So 1 is printed. So then number of line is 2. So the 2 are printed, right? Means outer loop is changing the line and inner loop is responsible for printing those numbers these many times. And once it is printed, so then we are adding one new line. Then we will run this much. We will see what output we are getting. So if I enter here 6, okay. So here I should take end is equal to, instead of going to new line, I want end nothing. So if I give here 6, so then it is 1 2 3, right? So in this way you can solve this. So I will take here as 10. So I am getting here, right? So in this way, as number is increasing, so this, otherwise we will take for 9. So up to 9 we will. So it is, yes. So in this way you can solve this problem. So next problem is write a program to reverse a word using loop. So here first we will take word from user. Word is equal to input, enter a word, right? So we got here word from user. So here we will find length of this word if we need it in future, length of word we found. So then we are going to take for loop for I in range. So here range we will take from 1 to length of this word. Then I will explain the logic. So first we will see solution. Then what we are going to do, we will take one empty list outside. Then we are doing w dot append, and what we are appending, string. So whatever the length of this string is there, L minus I. So why I have taken L minus I? So we know that in Python using indexing we can access string elements. So here one by one we are accessing. Here L minus I means L is what is the length. For example, word length is 5. So 5 characters are there in word. So length we got here 5. Right. So here loop will go from 1 to L. So 1 to 5 means 1 to 4. So what will be the value here for I? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So then what we are appending here to this list, string L minus I. So what will be the index now here? L minus I. The L is 5, 5 minus 1, 4, then 5 minus 2, that is 3, and 5 minus 3, that is 2, then it will go up to 4, right? So 5 minus 1 we have done, 5 minus 2 we have done, 5 minus 3 we have done, then 5 minus 4, that is 1, and here we should take L plus 1 because we want 0th index also. So here it will go up to 5, and here L minus 5 is 5 minus 5 is 0, right? So in this way we can solve this. So now we will run this much and we will check what output we are getting. So I am entering here Pune. Name string is not defined. Yes. Oh yes. I should take here word. I will give here Pune. It is not. So see here we haven't printed this list. So print W I need to do. So I will enter here Pune. So we got this list. So it is containing reverse characters from this list. Sorry, string. So we got list. So then we are going to use join function. So we are going to use join function, and we are connecting all these elements of list using this join. So we will get reversed string. So I will enter here Pune. So it is enough. We are getting, and if I run it again, if I give here Delhi, so it is IHLED. Then again we are Bangalore. So it is reverse of this Bangalore, right? So in this way, you can reverse a word using loop.